If your Bosch boiler is showing error EA, the most important thing to understand is that this is usually an ignition or flame detection fault. In simple terms, the boiler is trying to light, but it cannot confirm a stable flame. On many Bosch and Worcester Bosch gas boilers, EA means flame not detected. The boiler may try to ignite several times, then lock out for safety. You may hear the fan start, you may hear clicking from the ignition, and the burner may light briefly, but if the control board does not see a proper flame signal, the boiler will stop and show the EA code. This is not just an inconvenience, it is a gas appliance safety lockout. So the first rule is simple. Do not open the sealed combustion chamber, do not adjust the gas valve, do not remove burner parts, and do not work on the flue or ignition system unless you are qualified to work on gas appliances. There are a few safe checks a homeowner can do, but many EA causes require a qualified heating engineer. Let's start with the basic checks. First, check whether the gas supply is on. Make sure the gas valve near the boiler is open. If you have other gas appliances in the home, such as a gas hob, check whether they are working. If none of your gas appliances work, the issue may be with the gas supply, the meter, the regulator, or the gas network. If you smell gas at any point, stop immediately. Do not reset the boiler. Do not turn switches on or off. Ventilate the area, leave the property, and call the gas emergency number for your country. If the gas supply appears normal, check the boiler display and try one reset only, following the instructions in the manual. On many Bosch boilers, a reset can clear a temporary ignition lockout, especially after gas work, a power interruption, or air in the gas line. But if the EA error comes back, do not keep pressing reset again and again. The boiler is locking out because it cannot prove safe combustion. The second common cause is low gas pressure. Even if gas is present, the pressure may not be enough for stable ignition. The boiler may start, click, flame briefly, then shut down. Low gas pressure can come from supply problems, a partly closed valve, a faulty regulator, undersized pipwork, or a gas valve issue. This is not something to guess. Gas pressure must be checked with proper equipment by a qualified technician. The third cause is air in the gas line. This can happen after gas supply work, after the boiler has been off for a long time, or after replacing gas components. The boiler may attempt ignition, but fail because the mixture is not right yet. Sometimes a proper reset clears it, but if the fault persists, it needs service diagnosis. The fourth cause is a frozen or blocked condensate pipe. On condensing boilers, condensate must drain away. In cold weather, the external condensate pipe can freeze. If the condensate cannot drain, the boiler may shut down and show a fault. Depending on the model and conditions, this can contribute to ignition or combustion problems. A frozen condensate pipe is one of the few things a homeowner may be able to check safely. If the external plastic condensate pipe is frozen, it can sometimes be thawed using warm water, not boiling water, poured over the pipe. Once thawed, the boiler may reset and work again. But if the pipe freezes repeatedly, the installation should be improved. The pipe may need better insulation, a different route, or correct fall to the drain. The fifth cause is a blocked flue outlet or poor airflow. The boiler needs correct air intake and exhaust. If the flue terminal outside is blocked by leaves, snow, ice, debris, nesting material, or an obstruction, combustion can fail. You can visually check the outside flue terminal from a safe position, but do not dismantle it and do not insert objects into it. If the boiler cannot breathe properly, it may light badly, burn unstably, or fail to detect flame. The sixth possible cause is dirt or buildup inside the heat exchanger or burner area. Over time, some gas boilers and tankless units can collect dust, combustion residue, mineral deposits, or debris in areas related to the burner, heat exchanger, or firebed. When that happens, the appliance may struggle to ignite cleanly or transfer heat efficiently. In the information you provided, the repair involved removing buildup, flushing a heat exchanger section in the reverse direction with cold water, vacuuming debris from the firebed using a fine brush, and being very careful not to damage a fragile burner pad or insulation surface. That kind of internal cleaning can make a real difference when the appliance is dirty. After cleaning, the burner may light faster, stay lit more reliably, and heat water more quickly because airflow and heat transfer are improved. But this is not a normal homeowner repair. The burner area, combustion chamber, heat exchanger, flame sensor, spark electrode, fan, seals, and flue path are safety critical parts. If they are reassembled incorrectly, the boiler can leak water, leak combustion gases, burn poorly, or become unsafe. So internal cleaning should be done only by a qualified technician following the service manual for the exact model. The seventh cause is a dirty, worn, or damaged ignition electrode. The ignition electrode creates the spark that lights the burner. If the electrode is dirty, cracked, misaligned, worn, or if the ignition lead is damaged, the boiler may not light properly. You may hear clicking, but the flame may not establish. The eighth cause is a flame sensing problem. Boilers need to detect the flame after ignition. This is often done through an ionization electrode or flame sensor. If the sensor is dirty, damaged, poorly positioned, or if the lead is loose, the flame may actually be present, but the control board may not recognize it. That is why a boiler can light briefly and then shut down. The flame exists, but the boiler cannot prove it safely. The ninth cause is a faulty gas valve. The gas valve controls gas flow to the burner. If it does not open correctly, opens too little, sticks, or is electrically faulty, ignition can fail. Gas valve testing and adjustment are strictly professional work. Do not tap it, adjust it, or try to bypass it. The 10th possible cause is a fan, air pressure, or combustion control issue. Many modern Bosch boilers check fan operation and airflow before ignition. If the fan is weak, blocked, or not being read correctly, the boiler may not reach the right conditions for ignition. This can also connect with flue or air intake problems. The 11th cause is the control board. If the electrodes, flame sensor, gas valve, fan, wiring, and combustion system are all correct, the PCB or control module may be misreading signals or failing to send the correct commands. This should be diagnosed last, not guessed first, because control boards can be expensive. Now let's talk about what you can safely do. You can check whether other gas appliances work. You can check whether the boiler has power. You can check whether the gas isolation valve appears open. You can check the system pressure on the display or gauge, because some boilers may behave differently when pressure is very low. You can visually check the outside flue terminal for obvious blockage. You can check for a frozen condensate pipe in cold weather. You can reset the boiler once, according to the manual. You can check whether the fault happens only during heating, only during hot water, or both. That information is very useful for the technician. But there are things you should not do. Do not remove the boiler cover if it exposes sealed or combustion parts. Do not clean the burner yourself. Do not adjust the gas valve. Do not disconnect ignition leads. Do not remove the flue. Do not run the boiler with parts removed. Do not ignore a gas smell. And do not keep resetting the boiler if it repeatedly fails to light. If the boiler lights then cuts out after a few seconds, that often points toward flame sensing, gas pressure, combustion, or electrode issues. If it tries 3 times and then locks out, that also fits with an ignition failure pattern. If hot water used to take a long time to arrive, and after cleaning, the burner or heat exchanger area adheats much faster, that suggests poor heat transfer or restricted combustion airflow may have been part of the problem. But again, confirming that requires proper servicing and combustion checks. After any internal service, the technician should check for water leaks, gas leaks, correct reassembly, proper sensor connections, and safe combustion. The appliance should not just be put back together and assumed safe. So the safe troubleshooting order is this: check the gas supply, check for a gas smell, check boiler pressure, check the condensate pipe in freezing weather, check the outside flue terminal for obvious blockage, reset once. If EA returns, stop. At that point, the likely causes are low gas pressure, air in the gas line, faulty ignition electrode, faulty flame sensor, blocked condensate path, blocked flue or air intake, dirty burner or heat exchanger area, faulty gas valve, fan problem, wiring issue, or control board fault. The short version is this: error EA on a Bosch boiler usually means the boiler tried to ignite but did not detect a safe flame. Some checks are simple and safe, like gas supply, condensate pipe, flue outlet, pressure, and a single reset. But most real EA faults involve gas, ignition, flame sensing, combustion, or internal boiler parts. Those are not DIY repairs. If the error keeps coming back, turn the boiler off, avoid repeated resets, and call Bosch support or a qualified gas engineer with the exact model number. That is the safest way to fix the EA error without guessing, without damaging the boiler, and without taking risks with a gas appliance.